Texas Governor Greg Abbott was recently duped by a website into sharing fake news.
Whoopsie.
So now this story shared by the governor of Texas comes from the Dunning-Kruger Times. You know, Dunning-Kruger Times already. A little bit of a red flag. But anyway, it claims that country music singer Garth Brooks was booed off the stage at the 123rd Annual Texas Country Jamboree in the town of Hambriston, Texas. Hambriston. Ah, it's a Texas name. Let me show you the tweet here that he shared. That's right. Go woke, go broke. Good job, Texas. Of course. Except, no. That jamboree, not a real event. Hambriston, not a real place. Doesn't exist. Fake news. Not real. Yeah, that's right. Hambriston, not a real Texas town. You know, look, someone like me who is not from Texas, I would be excused for not knowing that there's not a Hambriston, Texas. But Governor Greg Abbott is the governor of Texas. You would think that he would know if such a town or city actually exists. You would think. But apparently, no.
Whoopsie.
He looks at that headline and says, nope, nailed it. Seems legit. Look, these people, they will retweet essentially anything that agrees with them without, by the way, ever clicking or reading the article. Because that's the only way. If you actually click the link, you would find that that article was written by Flag Eagleton. I mean, come on. Flag Eagleton. Stupid. At the Dunning-Kruger Times.
You idiot.
And again, if you do click the link and you navigate to the About Us page, you would also find this. Disclaimer. Dunning-Kruger Times is a subsidiary of the America's Last Line of Defense network of parody, satire, and tomfoolery, or as Snopes called it before they lost their war on satire, junk news. About satire, before you complain and decide satire is synonymous with comedy. Satire, the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues. Everything on this website is fiction. It is not a lie. It is not fake news, because it is not real. If you believe that it is real, you should have your head examined. Similarities for the site's pure fantasy and actual people, places, and events are purely coincidental, and all images should be considered altered and satirical. See above if you're still having an issue with this satire thing.
You idiot.
Stupid. Yes, that's right. Now, final irony here is the fact that go woke, go broke. Not even the case. Not even the case. Now, Brooks, by the way, Garth Brooks. Okay. Again, you may have heard him. Okay, you may have heard of him. I've heard of him. I'm not a country music fan or listener by any stretch of the imagination, but I've even heard of Garth Brooks. Okay? Turns out he's actually pretty popular, even in Texas. In fact, last year he sold out the 72,000 seat NRG Stadium in Houston and the 80,000 seat AT&T Stadium in Arlington when his tour visited Texas last year. So, and by the way, Garth Brooks has, always been, I guess, a fairly non-controversial figure, okay, and generally fairly open-minded. He hasn't really waded into politics, but is one of those people that's just like, I don't know, vote for the person, not the party. All right, sure. So why are people mad at him then? I mean, why is Governor Greg Abbott retweeting a satirical hit piece essentially on Garth Brooks. What did Garth Brooks do to you? Well, it turns out there is something that is not fake news, and that's Brooks refusing to dump Bud Light from his bar. Yes, that's right. In an interview with Billboard, after this whole Dylan Mulvaney row where conservatives were shooting cans of Bud Light and dumping them out after they bought them, by the way. Sometimes even buying stores out of Bud Light so that they can go and destroy them in creatively dumb ways. Okay. They already got your money, so... And then, of course, some actually figured out, hey, maybe we shouldn't give them money. Oh, I know, we'll stop buying it. There you go, that's how you do a boycott. Okay, sure. So now, he said this. I want, to his bar, or not to his bar, but, about his bar. I want it to be a place you feel safe in. I want it to be a place where you feel like there are manners and people like one another. Okay. Our thing here is, if you are let into this house, love one another. If you're an a-hole, there are plenty of other places on Lower Broadway. He also had said on a live stream, on his Facebook page, that he embraced diversity and inclusiveness. He said, "That's me. Well, that's always been me." Oh, so that means Garth Brooks, he's woke.
The wokers.
Oh no, he's part of the woke mob.
Woke mob.
No, I know the collective sound of MAGA chuds, getting very, very angry.
Woke.
You're right. All right, so now Abbott later on, of course, deleted the tweet, but it's too late. It lives forever online, on the internet, for everyone to make fun of him for, and of course they did, and it was great. But the thing that's on my mind that I enjoy the most is how it illustrates the fact that reactionary chuds are some of the dumbest people alive, the most gullible. Again, they fall for fake stories literally all the time. Whether or not it's, cat litter in classrooms, which is not a real thing, or cat boxes in classrooms, I should say, is not a real thing. The cat litter is, but it's for a horrifying reason, to help clean up, vomit, of course, from students, but also blood if there's a mass shooting. So that's, again, horrifying. But then there's also, this idea that conservatives have been floating around that there are children that identify as cats, furries. It's got their fur in a twist, I should say, where they think all this weird stuff is happening in the classroom that there's no evidence of. And look, it just makes you think about how much fake news is really out there that's generated for one purpose: getting reactionaries mad over nothing, over things that don't exist. And the thing about that is, a lot of it is not satire. As I mentioned, they're legitimately angry at things that are not happening. And yet people report on this. They rack up millions of views on YouTube from people who are way, way too comfortable and spend their time online looking up conspiracy theories and getting mad at things like, again, as I mentioned, the litter boxes in classrooms. But again, it's not just, fake stuff or stuff that's not real, but they also get mad at things that don't matter. Why should anybody care that a transgender influencer got a personalized can of Bud Light with her face on it? Something that's not publicly available to buy. Nobody can go out and, buy that can. That was just for her, that they sent her. That was it. It doesn't make any sense. But then you realize it doesn't have to make any sense. When people are angry, others can capitalize on that to make money for themselves. This is just another gigantic grift. It is the outrage industrial complex. That's it. The people that are stoking the anger, and then the ones who use that distraction, do so to pass laws to benefit themselves and their donors. Or just to prevent them, anyone else from doing anything to help the average working class person. That's really it. Those are the real winners. in all of this. So understand what the real problem is. It's the grifters taking advantage of people and their emotions.